I call the Township of Aleppo Commissioners meeting of August 16th, 2021 to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
President Jones.
Present.
Commissioner Darrow.
Present.
Commissioner Haluka. Present. Solicitor Stone.
Here.
And Manager Patterson. Here.
And this meeting is recorded, will be uploaded to YouTube and be available to anyone, anytime, anyplace. Do I hear a motion to approve the August 9th workshop meeting minutes?
So moved.
Is there a second?
There is.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Do I hear a motion to adopt the resolution recommending the avoidance of coal tar sealants within the township?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
You do?
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Do I hear a motion to adopt a resolution of the Township of Aleppo declaring its intent to dispose of records in accordance with the Municipal Records Manual?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
That's the list of records that was attached to them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct, Gwen?
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Chief?
Good evening, everyone.
Chief.
So for the month of July, in recap, we had all stemming off the suspicious mail circumstances in the manor. There was multitude of suspicious circumstances, suspicious person, suspicious automobiles that people were calling in on their due diligence just to make sure and say, hey, let us know that they see something odd. They called, let us know, we checked into it. Thus far, the investigation continues on the mail that was wandering around in the 4 o'clock in the morning time frame. If anybody has any other additional information, we continue to follow up on it. Please call in, let us know. Other than that, we had a total of 36 EMS assists, a few animal complaints, nothing major there, and about 15 traffic citations issued for speeding and other traffic infringements, for a total of 91 calls in the month of July. Any questions or issues that you wish for me? Anything? No?
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Well,
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you also. And Chief, just my normal question, is there anything we need to be doing?
No, everything, the citizens are doing. They're calling if they see something suspicious, hence the additional suspicious person, circumstances, automobile calls. If they see it, call. Let us know. We'll go in and check it out for sure. Okay? So everybody's doing what they should be doing.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Fire?
He has to reschedule, so it'll probably be next month.
Emergency management?
I talked to Eric, spoke with Eric today. Their tests are back. They went off the 2-week no visitor. And they remained at only one positive. That was an employee in skilled nursing. They had no other positives coming off of that, and they went back to visitation. They have an excellent vaccination rate there. They only have 7 people in the entire facility that's not vaccinated. So that really held it down. It held it down to 1 person. So they reinstated visitors. And we are where we are.
Would you like to give any update to the citizens of Aleppo regarding COVID?
This really, I mean, it sounds overused, but it really, truly is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. It's very hard on the nursing staff right now. It's very hard on the physician staff because the people that they're seeing, although it's very sad when people in their 80s don't survive something like that, the people that they're seeing in ICU units and being admitted are now in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, which is extremely difficult for nurses to deal with. It's the same pandemic, it's just a little uglier.
Thank you. Public Works, Tim?
really a lot of the same old stuff.
Tim, do me a favor, introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tim Scott, Public Works Supervisor.
Thanks.
I don't know if you noticed on the thing, we did get the dump truck back from Somerset with the new body on it. We're painting the wood right now to get it ready. We dug up the bad pipe in front of the lift station. Kind of waiting for weather to break so we can finish it, plus I'm waiting on a clamp. We had several falling trees, a lot of storm damage cleanup, mainly on, believe it or not, Red Gate Road. That's about it.
Could you give a general summary of the stormwater situation on Deer Run?
Well, if anybody has gone down there recently, you'll see two big pieces of pipe laying outside the ditch. That's what most of the pipe looks like. We thought a lot of it was just the bottom of the pipe was rotting away. Well, here the top's rotting away in a lot of places also. And that's what caused that sinkhole that we're fixing right now. I actually crawled up through that pipe not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, and it's really bad. In most places, there's no bottom left to it. We're gonna have to do something with it.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Any other questions for Tim? Thanks, Tim.
Do you want me to wait until we go over this?
And then Gwen, a discussion of the core sampling proposal.
So we got back the core sampling proposal for the roads in the ridge. The roads in the neighborhood of the ridge are the next set of roads on our township-wide roadway assessment. They're ranked in order of age and priority, and those roads are now the oldest roads in the township that they're next in line to be paved. And so this is a proposal from HRG to do some core sampling of the roads to find out what's underneath them and see what kind of work we will need to do, whether it's just milling, whether it's completely rebuilding them. So this core sampling is the first step in trying to determine what level of paving will be needed.
We've delayed addressing these roads for maybe 2 years because they really don't seem to be deteriorating at a significant rate. So what Gwen just described, we want to do the borings to realize what the scope of the work would be when we determine it's critical.
So do we need to accept that proposal?
I didn't write it as a motion just in case you wanted to think about it some more, but the proposal came in for $2,500, which is a reasonable amount. And
Did you clarify Rockledge?
I asked, I did not receive an answer yet.
In the proposal, Rockledge is included, which is not
Just
necessary.
They were just done.
Yeah.
I can hold this for next month, and after I get that clarification, the board can approve it in September if you'd like.
Well, I'd like to get it started.
Okay.
And so I think if we can make a motion with the exclusion of Rockledge.
I make a motion that we accept the core sampling proposal from HRG with the exclusion of Rockledge. I guess it would be for $2,500 minus whatever that exclusion would be.
Second.
Any further discussion? Tim, anything?
I'd like to meet with Dan again and go over where they're gonna do the core sampling, because I had to move a couple on Weber, and I have certain areas especially on Swickley Ridge Circle, that I want to make sure they do it at.
Good. Any further discussion? All in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Motion is approved. Communications.
No report.
Planning, zoning.
Do you want me to do that one? So, as you recall, we approved a site development plan application months ago for parcel B, which is now known as the Migrant Trust property. And one of the conditions of that approval was that the developer enter into a developer's agreement with the township and a stormwater management agreement with the township, as well as a developer's agreement with the authority, because it also involved water and sewer. We prepared that agreement. We do have a standard developers agreement that we use with most developments. I usually send that out to the developer or their attorney for their review. In this case, I did that. Their attorney made minor revisions to the agreement, nothing of a substantive nature. And so I asked that they execute it and return it to us so that we could execute it tonight. The plan itself has already been approved. So the motion is simply to authorize entering into the developers agreement and authorizing the appropriate officers of the board to sign the developers agreement and the stormwater management agreement.
So moved.
Second on the floor.
Good enough, Patty and Gwen?
Are you combining those two motions? We can write it that way if you want to, or you want to have separate approvals for each agreement?
They can be together. Doesn't,
I'm happy to do it separately or together. You,
Together is fine.
okay.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Tax collector treasurer.
Good evening, everybody. You should have in your packet the July 2021 reports. So for July, we ended up collecting $41,229.39 on pages 1 and 2 or 3 and 4, depending where the bar graphs are for you guys. It does give you a breakdown of, again, July of 2021 compared to July of 2020. Slight difference between that, but then it also gives you the breakdown for the year-to-date numbers. And as you can see, we're doing relatively well as far as property tax, delinquent real estate tax, and the realty transfer tax goes. Obviously catching up with a lot of things over the past year with all the pandemic and everything. We're still a little short on the earned income, local services, and business privilege, but we still have, 5 months to go. So pretty good on that area. As far as the account ending balances, as you can see, the PNC checking account has $763,153.26. Then all the Pliget accounts, the state fund, which is the liquid fuels, has $66,582.83. General investment has $964,415.76. The reserve fund has $112,703.88, and the capital improvement has $899,729.07. So total monies on hand right now is $2.8 million. And if you subtract out all the pledged funds, the targeted funds and whatnot, our net operating funds are $1,727,569.02. Also have the two sewer accounts. The bond account has $552,307.34, and then the capital account, which was for repairs, has $34.68 in it. So,
And would either you or Gwen explain the money we got from the feds?
So that is COVID relief program, the American, I forget the acronym,
Recovery.
ARPA or something like that, yeah.
American Rescue.
And we get, it's a formula based on population and other details for the different municipalities, and we did receive the first half of the money that we are expected to get. We don't know when the second allocation is gonna come in. We received $97,000, and there are very limited uses for this, this money. It can't be applied anywhere. It's very strict in how it's applied. And stormwater is one of the allowable uses, and so that does appear to be the best one that we qualify for. So I'll be taking that money and setting it aside into an
So
account.
you are recommending we start to build up the reserves in stormwater?
Yes, yes.
And I think, does that require any kind of a vote?
To move that money into the other account to set aside? No,
Right.
because there's only, I mean, we are restricted on what it can be used for. So we can only allow it to be used for very few things.
Do we need to take any formal action?
I don't think so.
So it goes into the general fund and we can distribute it to whatever line item we want within the restrictions?
Within the
Within the
restrictions.
restrictions, yep,
Yes.
and I'll be tracking it separately, just so we know where
In case we get audited.
Because it can be
Right,
audited.
it can be.
I'll be tracking it separately.
And I think it's pretty obvious that I asked Tim to discuss the stormwater problem on Deer Run relative to the placement of these funds.
That's why the PNC checking account is
Yeah.
higher for this
Little high,
month.
yeah.
So that would be the additional money.
Yeah, good.
So, any questions or anything? All right, thank you.
Nothing unusual?
No.
You're doing fine?
Yeah, all good.
You
So,
recovered?
yeah, slowly.
Good.
Thanks.
Thanks, Clayton. Finance, do I hear a motion to approve the July bill list, et cetera?
Motion to approve July bill list in the amount of $58,562.54, to ratify July prepaid bills in the amount of $11,836.76, and to ratify July payroll transfers in the amount of $15,826.59.
Second.
Any further discussion? Gwen, no unusual payments?
Nothing really unusual.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. And the motion to refund real estate property tax as written.
Motion to refund the following 2020 real estate taxpayers under Act 172. Charles Davis, 11731. Charles Davis Jr. at 1201 Glen Mitchell, 7176. Justin Davis, 11621. Louis Hassan, 14475. Bruno Russo, 11614. And Tim Scott, 10633. Thank you, gentlemen, for your service.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Aleppo Township Authority.
No report.
Quaker Valley Ambulance Authority.
Motion to adopt the resolution extending the term of existence of the Quaker Valley Ambulance Authority.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Quaker Valley COG.
The traveling glass dumpster is still making its way around the Quaker Valley area. There's a sign on the door, and we have it posted on our website when the next local locations will be, so keep your eyes open for that. And the 5-year refuse and recycling contract bids were opened. We will have a formal recommendation for the board in September. The COG Board of Directors is meeting to craft that recommendation, but it was very clear. We had 2 bids. And one was significantly higher than the other one. And so Waste Management was, again, appears to be the winning bidder for the 5-year contract for our municipalities.
Do you recall the increase from the previous contract?
Approximately 16%.
How much?
16% increase from the contract that is just now
Over a
expired.
5-year period.
Over a 5-year period. So it's, from what we had heard, it could have been a lot larger than that, so we were overall, while it's still an increase, we knew an increase was coming, and this was less of a hit than we
That's
were
3% a year.
afraid of.
Inflation.
Good.
So you'll have the formal contract and the recommendation in the September meetings for your approval, because again, the COG does the bidding, but each municipality enters into the contract separately.
Are there any variables to the offers to each of the communities?
There are, you have the option for weekly or bi-weekly recycling. You have an option to continue with the household hazardous waste and e-waste.
Okay. Any other questions in regard to the garbage contract? Municipal solid waste contract? Okay, Mr. Solicitor.
No report.
Wow. I like it.
Swarthley Borough have a new manager.
Yes,
I haven't heard.
they do,
They do.
I actually haven't heard.
they do.
They do.
Okay.
There's on my.
Anyone we know?
What's that?
No, she's from, Pine
Reserve
Ridge?
Township.
I think
Yeah,
that's-
Reserve, that's where it was.
Yeah,
Reserve.
Reserve Township.
Donna.
I think that's it.
Donna Kaib.
I think that's
Yeah.
Kaib.
I think that's her name.
That's great. I worked with her for a decade in reserve. I was the solicitor. She's great. She'll have her work cut out, but if anyone had asked me, I would have given her a great reference.
Good news.
That's good.
Hopefully.
But yeah, hopefully. She's only the manager.
Any unfinished business? Any new business? Any citizen communications, Dave?
Nope.
Executive session required?
Nope.
Meeting adjourned.
Move to adjourn.
Yeah.